I didn't meant this to be like a weatherman name something. Already there was a name called Indian Weatherman, so I thought, okay, let's keep Tamilnadu Weatherman. So it all started like that. So I preferably particularly in Chennai, I'm being known as a weatherman, so I will be allowed to call as a weatherman. As a 7-year-old, as a 7th standard boy, I was just glazing the night skies in the eye. There was eye beam light also. I could see the water drops and the howling sound. So it made a huge impact. And then I had a pet tree which was completely uprooted. So this all made me wonder what exactly resulted in all these things. The next day when I saw the newspaper, it's related that the cyclone which crossed Chennai in 1984. So that created a huge interest, and whenever it rains, I used to go and see how the water droplets falls. And whenever it started raining, I used to get that inside feel of joy. As a weatherman, my ensure is the last mile connectivity most. So I know what exactly is the trend of questions. Suppose the temperature is rising, automatically I sense, okay, this may be the possible questions which may be running in the minds of the people. Okay, let me put a post regarding that. So I tend to connect what people require and post accordingly, not just today daily say today is going to be sunny day, today is going to be sunny day. It's not the purpose. I don't put that. My post is related to whatever the general public purpose is related to. Yeah. That is, I think, see, long range models we pick to see the cyclonic storm. Even now, May month, they are showing something. We know before monsoon sets in the May, there will be some cyclonic storms either in Bay of Bengal or Arabian. So we tend to see, we know in advance, well in advance, or sometimes 1 month in advance, sometimes 2 months in advance. We know there is going to be a cyclonic storm. There is a huge following for cyclone itself. I know there is a lot of destruction which is caused by cyclone, but people, that is a nature's wonder, which there is also so many positives also because of a cyclonic storm. Honestly, that adrenaline pump will be there. So we don't mind about any other things, as I earlier said. Every time we just keep the mobile just, okay, what is update, where is like that will be there. It has to be absolutely then December 1st. So I cannot forget that day because that day when completely entire TV, news media, the Met department, when everything was shut, people were relying on my post to see whether the rains will stop or not. I drove from Adyar to Annanagar and then from Annanagar to Adyar, and then by noon itself we closed our office, and then again I went. It took nearly 6 to 7 hours to drive through this area. Then I saw that the 20 kilometers journey when people were stuck, even at that time, without knowing that the rain is not going to stop. So as I told earlier, these are the small things which people don't know how long it is going to rain. Suddenly when it is going to rain for 30 minutes, people think it's going to rain for next 2 or 3 hours. At the same time, sometimes it starts in a sunny day and starts raining, and then it continues to pour for hours also. So these are the small things which I thought during the 2015, people wanted only 2 or 3 things. So when the rain will start, when it will stop, will there be any flood or something like that. So basically their questions will revolve around this scenario. See, obviously I'm not God. I'm just communicating whatever I feel that this is the best possibility. Sometimes when you see the possibilities, you will get in the minds. So weather prediction is, to be honest, is 50% guess and 50% is based on your experience and what your model shows. So obviously that pressure is obviously there, and we cannot exactly predict, okay, today 200 millimeter of rains the computer is showing, it is going to fall to. It never happens like that, and we cannot exactly predict nature. So people also understand that nature is the vagaries of nature. They understand that there is respect, that there is love, trust. Not that the main thing is the trust people. So that's why I'm so dedicated in doing this. She is too young now. She understands the clouds and other things. Basically, her interest is also related to the holidays. If it rains, okay, there will be holiday or something like that. To be honest, it's very difficult. I think children need a lot of time to be spent with them to become emotionally attached. I was very close to her. I think there's a lot of gaps after because I used to spend a lot of time in this computer analyze. I think during those 3 months, completely, totally detached, except when there is a very hard day, as I rightly said, when I predict something and when it doesn't happen, that phase I think I will spend with my daughter, because I know she will be the one person who can give me that joy of forgetting that. So it's very difficult to predict a child. I think she is very, very, very attached to her mom. How she reacts suddenly out of the blue, all these things, slowly as she grows up, I can understand that, okay, I need to spend more time with her, more listen to her, what she speaks, play with her. I think unlike the developed countries in Europe or something, the scope here, as I said, there is only one private company is there, and then there are other universities like government entities like IMD is there, IITM Pune is there, and then there is the NCMWRF in Noida, the National Center for Medium Weather Forecasting is there. So hardly 4 or 5 agencies, government agencies, and then there is one private company is there. As of now in India, so the scope is very limited. If you do something, you have to go to abroad and then continue your passion. But as a hobby, I think that constant following should be there daily, with whether there is rain or not, how the models are behaving, how the clouds are forming, which are the place the rains are getting, why this place suddenly. So this constant tracking 365 days is required. You want to understand how these models are behaving, how the nature is in fact reflecting, how it's, whether it is really happened or not. So during summer season, there are various numerical models from various countries. IMD is having it, Americans are having it, Europeans are. So for different kind of event, different kind of things will become predict accurate. We cannot exactly say, okay, this is the model, okay, we have to follow this. So it doesn't work like that. I'm a computer science engineer. I did an MBA finance, but I'm working in an urban development. So my job and my study is not at all linked itself. As a hobby, you can choose it. But as I said, just for season, some people, they say before getting married, they start a page. The youngsters, they get motivated. Okay, this is because weather is an uncertain thing, which gives a lot of that thrill. People are curious whether it will happen or not. So naturally, many of them will be attracted to weather. But as I said, that will be only very few cross that, and continuously, even after work, after marriage. So you have to, after family you have. So that dedication should come. Regarding gadget, my father-in-law is a child behavior specialist, so he gave an idea that you give her this electronic gadget very early, so that she will be very bored of that gadget. And accordingly, I think when she was 3 or 4 itself, we bought her a pad. And now almost it is to lie in some corner only when we travel somehow. So she is not totally addicted to in seeing all those things, but she is totally addicted in seeing a lot of YouTube videos, games, or something like that. We avoid showing such kind of videos, and if we sometimes, unfortunately, some killings, even during watching TV also, if it comes, she will tell, don't show me all those things, because she thinks some things are, whether it is real, often the doubt comes whether that person really died or not. So violent kind of thing, she is not into her taste. So we are much safer giving her a phone, because we know that she will not go get addicted playing a game or something. To be honest, I think without my mother, I'm nothing. My father was a municipal commissioner, so he has to go out of the different places. He will get transferred. So we used to live with my mother alone. She has to take care of two boys. I'm one person who created a lot of trouble in my school days to my mother. Never finishing work, never completing. Lot of complaints from the schools and other things. She used to travel now. From Madurai, at 5 o'clock she used to make lunch. She has to daily get 5 o'clock and make lunch for us. The breakfast, lunch, and then by night 10 o'clock she used to come, then make dinner for us, then sleep, then get up. So she was a literal workaholic, will not complain even for 1 second. So in the same way, my wife, I think, to be honest, I don't know whether any other person will be able to live with me for such 8 years. 8 years, it's almost like, she will also say that's almost 80 years to life. Not spending, as I rightly said, not spending too much time during weather. She understands that. During monsoon season, she herself encourages to why you are not put, it's almost a day you have to put something, that kind of, because her friends will be troubling a lot. So somehow it is journey is going on well. God has gifted me such that I'm where I am today. So without them I would not be. I think passion and your work can always coexist. To be honest, that confidence, when you excel in your passion, you won't mind working till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Hours will go when you will not even know that you are working on your passion. When you excel, get the desired result from your passion, automatically you will work your work. It will reflect in a positive manner in your work also. In my case, I don't know how long it is going to last or something, but as long as it lasts, I think this information, disseminating information, is a constant one which is going to be required throughout the years. So as long as I live, I think, as long as I live and as long I'm permitted to do this thing, I think I will be able to do this, coexist with my work. I would not. I always wanted to be grounded. Not I get. To be honest, I get irritated hearing to that word celebrity or fame or something. I understood one thing: to maintain this, you need to be always up to date, and then put the same effort which you have put in the first state. So other than that, if people think they get to one point, then they fall, they get depressed and other things. But for me, I didn't take in that way. That celebrity, that group itself, I don't. I always maintain that I am a layman. Whatever I am been in there 5 years ago, I am the same now. I am the same person. I wear the same dress. I look, everything. So everything is almost whatever before I was. I'm the same now. My friends, or I don't know. Okay, I'm become like that. They have to call me, message me, speak to me, something like that. But there is a lot of gaps which I need to, because of what has happened. But other than that, I'm the same. So don't call me as a celebrity or something like that. I'm just a common man. To be honest, I'm that inspirational kind of person. Apart from, my mind will go to the two simple persons. One is Kamarajaya, and then APJ, our former president. And in the weather sector, I will be always grateful to Mr. Rajesh Kapadia. He is a blogger based in Mumbai. He runs the page Vagaries of Weather. So he taught me many things. I am very, very grateful to him because I was not too technically strong in the weather forecasting things. He taught me every day night. We used to discuss 2 hours, 3 hours, the reasoning for this rain, why it is happening. So seeing him, how we disseminated information, public simply in simple terms, other things. So I learned a lot from him before becoming what I'm now doing it. And also I'm also grateful to the bloggers in Kia Weather. The lies which spreads a lot faster. If I put a threatening message, I know that I can, with the followers which I have, I can easily reach. No one is going to come and question me why you have put something like that, because I can easily tell it's nature, it did not happen something. So truth is always travels 15 to 20 times slower than the lies. So it's many people have used it for their own use or propaganda. But at the same time, it's not that every time you can do that again and again. People come to know that what is a reliable source, what is a non-reliable source. So my purpose in Facebook, if you have seen, it's also to quell the rumors. Many times I would have, be it earthquake, people, even educated people, the persons who are even senior vice president or managing directors of the company, they don't know that earthquake can't be predicted. They are feeling that okay, next year there is going to be earthquake. They are believing that. So people are so even educated people are so doesn't know the basic things with respect to weather or earthquake or floods or something. So my purpose, one of the purpose of this page is to quell any rumors, be they sometimes they smartly link it to the religious thing, and they say okay, if they link it all, people don't question, okay, this is something religious. If I say something, people will attack based on the religion. So these kind of things also happen. But if I feel this is getting out of hand, okay, let us. I will put it in a very polite and polished manner that these are rumors. Don't believe them with a due justification why it can't be. So always, as I said, when you give it with a backup and explanation, people will understand. Then blindly stating tomorrow there is going to be earthquake, there's a climate change, and this summer it's going to be very very hot. So these are the small things. Just like that, if you put it, it will spread like wildfire. At some point they'll come to know this is a reliable source, this is not reliable source. It can be used as a very very good tool to disseminate information, because as I said before, Tamilnadu Weatherman, there was a blog spot, and hardly I posted all these things earlier also. No one was so social media is a great tool for disseminating information, and particularly during a disaster time, it's really very very useful tool. Again, this is a sentiment thing I have clarified in my post also, though it is religious people somewhere. My father used to tell, don't go out, you are the model payan, you pokudade. And some section of the people, they graganavapo, something which does to your body. To be honest, except in India, everyone goes out. So it doesn't mean it's affecting only the Indian people. Say that she went out during a pregnancy. A pregnant woman went out during Eclipse. See, now she has got some deformity has formed or something. It's a pure myth. Concerned expert, you can go and meet the concerned expert. They will also sell the same thing. It's a pure myth. It's nothing happens like that. You should not see the during this. You should not see it directly. Other than that, your eyes. That too, your eyes. Sometimes your eyes get affected. Other than that, there is no internal things which will caused by a solar eclipse. During the month of May, month terms, it's as good as your guess is as good as mine. But this time, considering the winter, which is abnormal number of western disturbances is coming again and again, we see that this time the peninsular India will be a little bit hot. We cannot exactly say Chennai will be this much hot or something. We can see the trends is a little bit going to be 1 or 2 degrees normal. Last year it was very cold, below normal. Not even one day Chennai city crossed 40 degrees last summer. So after 2004, after 15 years is what like this. So it tends to happen. It's not that it is constantly increasing. People are saying it's a global warming, it is increasing constantly. So last time 2003 Chennai recorded 45 degrees. So in a single day. That day I think Tirthani recorded some 49 degrees. So these are the reason for it. If you see, there was a cyclonic storm which came near and it drifted away from our coast and went to Burma. So it brought pulled all the moisture away, and then dry winds from the north came into city. So this was the reason it was completely, we got the record hot temperature. It's not related to any other thing. So any local things which might change the temperature also. If there is going to be a cyclonic storm, which is our low pressure, going to be automatically the more the cloud or the less the heat also. So these things happen. So when we come closer, we will come to know that there is going to be how hot or how cold it could be. We can know before 1 or 2 weeks or before a month we can know.